Hi there, everyone. Welcome to week 3 and chapter 3 in our text, which looks at learning and motivation. Just wanted to give you a couple of suggestions as you go through this chapter. Some of the topics you may find may be a little repetitive from some of the other psych classes you've taken, especially at the intro level. And that being said, as you go through, there are a few areas that I really want you to try to shift your focus on a little bit, which will give you more value, I think, as you look at the material. So for example, when you get to the section that looks at learning styles, really want you to slow down there for a minute. Just think about yourself and think about some of the past either training workshops that you've been in, classes at St. Mary's and so on, and which one of those styles actually best describes you as a learner. All right? And once you've come to that conclusion, I want you to think back again to some of those classes or workshops, and did the instructor have or use a wide variety of learning approaches so that your style as well as the others were incorporated into his or her session? If it was, what did they do and what was that impact on you as a learner? And if it wasn't, how did you manage going through the session, and do you think you still took away what you needed to? Most of us find that although there's a number of different learning styles and we probably do make use of more than one, and oftentimes if you look at a model, say as your text does with 4 different styles, there may be elements in all 4 that you go, oh yeah, no, I can learn that way. But that being said, most of us have a preference usually for one of those styles. And if it's totally absent from a training session that you're in, it can have impacts on us. So I'd like you to think about that. The second part, as you get further into the chapter, I believe around page 69, page 70, the text starts to talk about theories of learning, and after that, theories of motivation. Now again, both of those topics are often covered in intro psych classes, but when they do, they look at them more from just a general theory of human behavior perspective. What you need to do as you're going through this chapter is really think about it from a work perspective. So for example, with theories of motivation, when you were in a job, think about supervisors in particular that you may have worked with or worked for. How did they motivate employees? Which ones of those theories, if any, did it seem maybe they were using, whether formally or informally? And what was the impact that it had on you and the rest of the staff? So all the way through with this chapter in particular, you really need to think about the work perspective. And I really just point this out for this chapter because, again, a lot of the times when I've spoken to students in the past, the comment they've made was, oh yeah, I kind of just glazed over that chapter because I've covered it before in last year or a year before in another psych class. And that's great. Again, maybe you have. Just try to keep bringing it back to work. So that being said, I'll let you get on with the chapter. As always, if you have any questions at all on the material, you've got all the contact info. I've heard from a few of you so far this semester, and it seems like everyone's sort of settling in and gelling with the material. But it's good to know that you feel comfortable to reach out, and again, either to myself or the TA, and we'll do our best to help you out. Thanks, guys. Have a great week.